Alright, so hey everyone. Today we're going to be looking into Reaktor and we're going to be building out a kick sound. So the sound sounds something like this. It's more of a kick drone sound, something you might see in some kind of Afrobeats. So I'm going to show you how to build this out today, and we're going to first start off with a new patch. So I'm going to bring it in. So we're going to open up a new patch, do a new ensemble, and just to show you how that looks like, we're going to start from the beginning, and I'm going to open up Reaktor. We have 3 different sections inside of Reaktor. One is the place section, one is the patch section, and one is the build section. And we're going to open up the build section, and we're going to bring them back in our primary blocks that we had before. So we're going to bring in our blocks we had before. So we're going to put it together once more. Just going to delete the wires. So I'll just show you the process again, just from scratch. So we're going to bring in our modules that we need. We need a node in. Then we need a sine wave. So we're going to bring in a sine wave. We brought in a sine wave from the Bento Box collection, and we're going to use that as our sub bass. And then to add punch, we're going to change this next oscillator that we have in the series to a triangle wave. And what I've done is I've named that punch. And then we have a mix block. So we're going to blend our 2 oscillators together. Then we have a filter. And finally, we're going to an amp and out to a driver. This driver is going to be at our distortion and bring our kick bass sound to life. So we have an envelope as well, which I named decay envelope, and that's going to be to add the decay on the sound and make sure that it's not ringing out too long. So when we connect it up, we're going to connect our pitches. Once we have our pitch, we then connect our mix knob or mix block, and we dial in our volumes for each mix level. Then once we connect that, we connect into our VCA, out to our distortion, left and right ports, and out to our outputs of our speakers, left and right. So once we have that, we actually have one more control here. We're gonna modulate our amp control. So in order to modulate that, we need to connect a modulation source, and a modulation source for this is going to be our gate control from our envelope, which is going to modulate the positive modulation of our bass sound, bass kick sound. And there we have it. We can add a little reverb if we want to. That might help with our sound design. And basically, you can see we connect that up. I'm not liking that so much, so I'm going to actually go back to what we had before. So now we're going to take this sound and we're going to use it, implement it in our production. I'm going to open up Ableton. First, we're going to mute this one up. Then we're going to go back into Live. I've prepared a little bit of a sample here for us to work with. So it sounds something like this. Okay, so it's more like a trifecta rhythm. So now we're going to add in our Reaktor bass kick, and see how that works together. Okay, so we have that. We're going to search for our most recent save. Okay, so we're going to save it again. Okay. So let's go back and try to save that again. Okay. Let's close this. Okay, what I can do is, that's okay. I can just open it up again. and we'll just bring it over manually. Okay, let's save this. Maybe that's the problem. Okay, open back up live. Okay. So we got that open. Let's go back and try our VSTs again. There we go. I was just looking in the wrong bin. So they added. Okay, we know that we have 2 of these open. So I'm going to quit the first one. And we're going to add a little bit of utility plugin. And okay, let's try it out. So we can either type our notes in. We can either bring them in manually or we can draw them in. So this is the basic structure of a beat. We can add a melody if we want to. Just to give you an idea of how to use these in your actual productions. So I'm thinking more of an arpeggio sound. Some kind of arpeggiation. So I realize we're probably not hearing anything coming out of these speakers. So I am going to make sure that we can hear. There we go. So there we have it. Hopefully you got something from this session and learned about how to use sound design in your actual productions. And feel free to experiment, take this to the next level, and design something that you want to hear in your productions. Until next time, I'll see you guys in the next stream, and keep sound designing. Peace out.